Hello everybody, it is time to do part 4 of the famous Thingamadoo creator thing I'm doing. And now we're doing up to issue 18, because then I've got to do a thing with an annual and then there's blah 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 blah. Now here we start with Mystery on the Moon. We're whalers on the moon, we carry a harpoon, da 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 da, we sing our merry tune. I can't remember the words laughing, it was one of the funniest jokes from the episodes of the Futurama. So in this issue, the team encounters the Red Ghost. Yes, you can figure out when this one was done. And begin with apparently an incident involving weed, an experiment with weed going wonky. And something, I'm sorry, that reminds, it looks like Van Zima actually. As it turns out, this is tracing involving a dangerous rocket fuel explosion. This is interesting. And where it was, turns out he was using rocket fuel composed of substances found in the meteorite and the Weds, well, the Wed Sox. I could have found it. Turns out he'd managed to take it before the Red Sox had done it. Oh no, it wasn't. Turns out it was for the communists. Good. And what on earth the team does, what we decides to do, is to fly in, to fly to the mysterious blue area of the moon, which is not hard to figure out. Oh, when is a blue area meant to be? And the rest of the gang decide to go and team up with us. And actually, quite hilarious moment. Ben subs weed into a jar. Okay, that's hilarious to watch. And meanwhile, we see a mysterious man controlling apes, involving evil things. He controls 3 different monkeys. A gorilla, I think. Something like that. All 3 of them can be trolled evilly with a thing. And then he decides to take the moon for the communist empire. 2 things go off at once, both of their ships fly. And it turns out this man is named Ivan Klagov, who has apparently studied the history for months. His goal is to actually, his plan is to make everyone superhuman. My slip is completely unshielded against the cosmic rays. Whatever dosage of rays a fantastic policy, I suggest even greater dose. But I shall not turn and flee from the rays like rabbits. I think Klakov shall become even more powerful than the fantastic fire, and so shall my apes. Together we shall be lords of the solar system. And they give him power, power and power. Meanwhile, that's it, but what is up with her face? Apparently Johnny is has a chemical tuxedo. This means he can. Weird. As it turns out, it appears the jeeps haven't been changed, but they have. The gorilla, I believe, has a gorilla has super strength. The baboon can transform into anything. The orangutan has magnetic waves. And for now, that's about it. They land on the moon in the mysterious blue area. It's revealed that man isn't first on the moon. They end up looking around, trying to figure out where on earth it is. It was a very mysterious thing. And then they get attacked. And as it turns out, he can, Pregov can actually become a ghost, as he refers to him as the Wed Ghost. Yes, sorry about that. Interruption back then. And as the thing is about to be basically attacked, enough. Put down that weapon. The Watcher commands you. A powerful being in a toga. Ben is completely baffled. And then the Watcher reveals where he's from. He's from a vast computer planet. His people roam the universe finding everything. And even more warlike demonical creatures. Sooner or later. But now I have broken the silence of centuries in order to save your people from savagery. Did you dare think you can stop the communist magic conquest? It's already been stopped, pal. And he fades away. He ends up revealing what on earth's been going on with it. Then the four are teleported into an enormous dead city. But apparently he's now revealed to them about the evil apes. And the way he ends up capturing them is that the taunt? No, it's Reed. Reed gets frozen. And then they get into a pretty fierce battle with each other. And then the thing gets flung away by the powerful attacks, and then they're kidnapped. Nothing more, nothing less. They end up creating a rocket thing. And then Sue escapes things. And then we get a bit of a thing with it. A battle? Yes, he'll be saying a lot. Then he gets attacked, tormented by the evilness of the evil villains of the Watcher. It's weird. It's weird the point that the Watcher design-wise never actually changes. The only weird thing is he very rarely see his eyes. It's very interesting actually. And the super apes chase their evil leader away. Issue next issue. The Submariner strikes. Let's load this stupid look. The four end up flying. Something they do change, I think. Get confused here. Are they now in the comics universe, given how the timeline keeps changing every 3 days? Are they assuming the people that's been transformed on the moon? But I think the Inhumans were, and there was others, and there was something, and there was a Gatati, then there was something, and I think Thanos was actually on the moon in the 15th. It's weird. I'm gonna do a creative thing, probably do a creative one about 4 books, probably about 2014 one as that one, but it's gonna take a while. And then they're congratulated and tormented. There's a lot more trouble with that one. Okay, this one. I don't know whether to thank you or paste you one or Ed. When you go get a food test with a poison factory? The best crips. Sorry, quite. And the Sue is now talking about doing something to the Submariner again. evil puppet master has doing a thing. He controls the puppet master. He tricks Namor into doing a thing. Hypnotizes Sue. And then manipulates a battle sequence. As I was a hologram. Got an invisible girl. And a pretty cool face and terrifying face. As well as a battle sequence. You're strictly a part of Jesse James. He ends up doing a really weird thing with cars for some quick reason. And then the team are attacked by porcupines, whirlpools, and during these rounds, he gets rolled by Clam. Then they fight with an evil flame eater thing, which is weird. Then he gets squashed, stabbed by a sharp thing. Then he comes into warp. Then he ends up trying to be entangled. Basically, it's just a battle of nothing more, nothing less. He was apparently called the gigantic octopus fingers captured Cuddles. He ends up trying to figure out what's going on. The squid figures out, octopus figures out what's going on, and it attacks to attack him. Attack her, then it escapes. Then they all escape and blah, and they go away. The next issue, bit of a bananas one actually. I'm not really getting any big stories. It's basically just a simple, fun, silly, goofy story involving Johnny. Oh, and something which they never actually say pay. I think it's not something say pay again. Okay, that was a good one. Trying to time getting started. He ends up turns out we just created a very powerful, created a cell thing for a few secret seconds. And the evil Mad Finger, as his name requires, involves a very intelligent, very smartly well thought out plan. As he's overlooked very little every detail. That's what we admit, which we go about certain villain plans. Which he's able, about the Mad Finger, he is one of the most intelligent villains because he actually pays attention and plans ahead. He doesn't commit crimes until he knows he has a plan ready. That's the reason why, yeah, he's unable to fight back because he's not really a big fighter. He's one of the most intelligent foes because he's smart. He gets timings right, he's able to make plans well. What's in this is a bit of a interesting plan in order to figure out how enough to work. It involves him with Jones. With Storm, he ends up getting two cousin and a circus friend in order to get him. Mr. Fantastic, he's able to. This is something to do with it. Gets him distracted. With the thing, he's able to get him into a wrestling match. And the Invisible Girl is able to be get her into theatres. Then everyone decides to party split up. And this seems to plan very well. Then, as it turns out, a meteorite is apparently going to be hitting New York Harbor in 15 seconds. This creates a mini earthquake and then creates problems. As it knocks out the thermometer electricity, which means all the villains which went to it. Nothing more, nothing less. Apparently she has to look scared of everything. Even has to do a bit of a thing. Then it turns out he's made everything crystal. Then we get a really insane battle from beginning to end. Everyone trying to get inside. And the evil Finko living android. Very insane battle from beginning to end. Everyone has been mimicked. Oh, how did you do it? How did you beat me? You have looked one thing in your plans, Finko. There was always an X factor to prevent the unexpected. Turns out it was because of the Mario Man. Yes. Now to number 16. Do I need to skip this? Then we get to a bit of a bananas one. First two parts actually. With Doctor Doom back again. And Ant-Man. It involves good and bad things. Apparently. Turns out something that we didn't get completely under control. If I make everyone go very big, very small. It involves calling Ant-Man. Just want to know that's Ant-Man number 1. Yes, apparently the violent abuser. The one that everyone apparently hates. Then they end up dropping him in the crystal so he can be able to talk to people. He didn't able to figure out a way in order to stop people shrinking and increasing. He then goes back into the human world again. And as it turns out, Doctor Doom is apparently fighting. In the end, apparently everyone hears the Doctor Doom thing. It's just insanity. Then they all shrink themselves down, and they go into the micro world controlled by Doom. The team are shrunken down even further. They end up taking control. By tricking them. And then coming through evil again. Yeah, a bit of a fun fight sequence. Then Sue is captured, hang on. And they're shrunken down even, and they're trapped. This kind of flaming living don't like you. Is this like the 4th girlfriend he's already had? I was getting a bit confused by this. Then apparently he gets kept. Then the goal is to contact his goal to contact the top to wing their servants, in which Mr. Fantastic will be as a bridge during invasions. Thing will have to do gold mines. The Taunt will be forced to be the flaming evil, attack them, and the Invisible Girl's evil goal is to become the maid. No sexist. Nothing more, nothing less. So he comes up with a pretty small idea by sort of resisting whipping up things, creating a drilling machine. Short. Sounds wrong with the tables. One. Then a pretty fun moment. He gives him a bat thing. Ben gives a sip, a better swing. And then the thing is trapped. And the team leaves. Ending this issue. And then they are captured again, apparently, by Doom. This is the second time they're captured with Doom. Whoa. Okay, now look. They explain what happened in the last issue. Then apparently he's now Sir, apparently. Doom is, he's trying to figure out where Doom is. Back. His plan isn't working quite well. And he's tracked into doing a thing. He's thinking he's a ping only a murderer. Then they secretly hide away. Then Doom tricks them by pretending to be a janitor person. Okay. Then they end up fighting weird things. Then Doom ends up, I think, captures them. Doom captures Alicia. And then, so he decided on a plan for hallucinations. And a bit of a silly, goofy, fun one. Completely insane. War was only declared. With eagerness. Then they end up doing a thing involving plans or something like that. Then the thing ends up breaking in and causing Echo a lot of damage. Then they are all trapped. Johnny is captured the deck in a spinning tornado trap. Spin, spin, spin. Spin the wheel of fortune, whatever, do that thing. Okay. Reed is trapped in cement. The thing nearly crashes. Guys and asses. And the invisible woman. Somehow the invisible woman has just escaped. He attempts to fail. The roll was a fail. I was not going to give up what was going on. Then he falls to his. Then the demon falls to his death. The end. Blah 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 blah. Now, the last one before things go, an insane battle with the Super Skrull, Kl'rt. Yes, this is his name. Klrt. Kl'rt. The royal demon has been defeated. Barney was scuba diving. Turns out Reed is taking Sue scuba diving, or swimming, or thing. Then the Skrulls talk to each other. That's something that evil, that is powerful warrior, the Super Skrull to attack. He was genetically altered. There is coming his powers. Fantastic Four. And it makes me even stronger. He bang crosses the bowling ball. And then a big silly goofiness happens. Then he attacks. We've gone and fainted already. And the battle begins between the Silver Skrull and the Fantastic Four. A big chaos engagement with a powerful, very dangerous opponent. Pink bonkers are quite hilariously fun and silly. I've got girls right way ain't yet. Reed attempts to fight back and it goes kaboomy. Fella, now do you realize how hopeless you are against me? I am mightier than all of you, fella, on this planet. That's only called finishing the first round. It's a pretty fun and insane battle from beginning to end. Apparently, he then transformed into a battering ram thing. It's completely bonkers. And making flaming arrows. Reed is doing a thing to beaming power wave. The primary reason why he's getting stronger is because he's doing power waves onto himself. Then we get a battle in a bit of a native area. He apparently has the power of hypnotism for some reason. Turns out the things have been jammed, and he's trapped under the area. Next time, you know what? No, I'm just going to do is I'm going to go to annual number 1. I'm going so quickly now. I'm going to just go on one. Yep. The big issue of the backstory of the submarine. Treasure it is. I put. Now we see Namor appearing in some area. I vow to be true to the name of Namor, which means avenging sun. I don't think it does. I just like making names up because I'm awesome. So that makes well. It's a great celebration to the leader. Two powerful leaders. It will be Paul, Krang and Dorma. They're dead, aren't they? Nowadays in the comics, Johnny plays a little bit of a trick. It's a bit of a silly, goofy fight. Take out a live. What do you do? Take out a live up predators? When are you two gonna grow up? And you're actually a big lump. Turns out it's time to go into a bit of a vacation. Or doing something of swimming situations. And then you go onto a private boat. And they fight the sea serpent. It goes as well as you planned. Then you get attacked then you get captured with an oversized laundry bag. Let's see the first record. Then Namor counters them. And then he captures the ship. And then his plan is to create a war between the races. Then they decide to be blown away onto the thing. The homes. Yet. Then we get a bit of the backstory about the Atlanteans, given that they were Homo Manus. Yes, that's a thing. It's beings underwater who evolved over time. More human-like is. Then humanity ended up accidentally causing damage. And the king of Atlantis sent his daughter, Princess Fen, into hiding. Well, onto the ship. Then she falls in love with the captain of the ship. And she has a child with him. And they do some child change. I think the most recent change they've done is that apparently he may be the son of Captain Nemo. Yes, the one from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That one. And it turns out this scientist person was actually Namor. We get to a pretty bananas and insane fight. So it's basically the Fantastic Four giving the biggest and insane battles. It involves a couple of volunteers for lead, as good as well as you expect. And then we discover something that he realizes. Namor is the only person that can actually, of his species, that can legitimately live underwater, above water. So, we and Sue end up doing a thing. And then the special power thing makes everyone suffocate. And it gets a bit of an insane final battle with all four of them intensely fighting him off. In the very end, he's able to improvement device, which unfortunately Sue is being captured by them. And then we get even more bananas battles, which involve a vacuum cleaner device, as he calls it. Then we get in the first awesome blow, the Clash of Titans begins. It's a pretty fun and intense fight. We Hammerhead Sharks. Battles to begin. Soon he dies. Then Namor gets extremely angry. The fights begin. And things happen. And as Namor escapes, and As the startled crowd falls back, too astonished to move, a lone figure enters a strange-looking craft moored at a nearby dock, and then, without a word, without a backward glance, as though leaving mortals who are not worthy of his notice, he heads out to open sea. But upon the gates, he finds no guards to salute him, no milling crowds, nothing but silence and desolation. And there in the gloom he seems to hear the mocking voices of his people. You have betrayed us, Namor, and so we have fled from you. For we belong to the endless sea, while you have left your heart on the surface of earth. Am I to be a king without a kingdom, a man without a home, born in a sea creature, yet less than human? Is there never to be a place for me on the surface or in the sea? And there's something else in this one. I don't remember what it was. It's a bit of a funny, sillier one, but it's basically about Spider. It's the version of very first issue of the Amazing Spider-Man, but it's actually told from the Fantastic Four's point of view, and that's all the end of that one. Given those reasons, and that's the end of this annual. Next time we'll be seeing that one a bit later. See ya. Bye.